Hi, my name is Boney Wise. I'm going to show you how to make some taco size flour tortillas so you can make tacos and enjoy them. Now, when I make flour tortillas, I usually like to munch on them while I'm eating them. So what I do is I make my chili first. So here's how we're going to do it. I take a little bit of cilantro, I chop it up. Okay, I get a can of green chili, pour it in the bowl because it's already diced up. Then get a can of stewed tomatoes, pour it in the food processor. Chop it up. So there's all your tomatoey stuff right there. Then I get a little bit of minced garlic. Throw it in that food processor. And then I put some jalapeno in there. These are jarred jalapenos, pickled. I throw a bunch of them in there because they're not very hot. Then I pour some juice. Put that top back on. Blend them up. Throw that in there. Okay, then I take an onion. I slice it and dice it both ways. Sometimes you can throw the onion in the food processor and grind it up, but I kind of like my onion diced up in cubes. So what I do is I cut it up. I make little onion cubes. So delicious. For all those people who don't like onion, you don't know what you're missing. Once again, I'm just making me a little salsa so when I make my flour tortillas, I can munch on them. Okay, now I got a lemon. Well, actually a half a lemon, and I'm gonna pour it into my hand. The reason I do this is to catch the seeds. I don't want a bunch of seeds to go into the salsa. Even though I've made a lot of salsa and I've let the seeds go in there, I eat them anyways. Not going to hurt you. There you go. So what I do next, I get a little black pepper and I sprinkle it in there and some salt. You don't really have to put the salt because I'm sure the stewed tomatoes, everything you put in there has plenty of sodium. So now what I got is some awesome salsa. Salsa for chips and dip. So I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to clean up my mess and I'm going to make some taco-sized flour tortillas. So the first thing I'm going to do is, what I have is a measuring cup with water, and I'm going to put it in the microwave and I'm going to get it really hot. I usually put like 3 minutes just to get it really hot, because you have to add warm water to your flour. Okay, then I get a mixing bowl. And what I do is like, there's no measurements. There's, you know, my wife's little grandma used to say it's all in the hands. So what I do is I just get regular flour, pour it in a bowl, and then I get a little bit of baking powder, just a little. Pour it in there. I made some tortillas the other day and I didn't even put baking powder in them and they came out amazing. Then I get salt. You're only supposed to put a little salt, but what I do is I always add a little more because the salt seems to make the tortillas a little tastier. Okay, now, then I get this lard stuff, and what I do is I get a little bit of lard on my spoon, put it in there, and then I get that warm water. Still waiting for it. Get that warm water. The hotter the better, but I think this is pretty good right here. You get it, you stir it up. You stir that stuff around in the bowl. It's kind of turning into dough. Pour a little more water in there. Not too much, but you want it to kind of conglomerate into a big ball of dough. Now, once you get it like that, now I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to and around. See, I've kind of got a big ball of dough here. What I've got is one big ball of sticky dough, you know, kind of sticky, but that's good. So then, all you have to do is, I'm gonna turn the stove on, and I have a tortilla pan right here, cast iron tortilla pan. I'm gonna turn the stove on to high. I'm gonna put it on high till it heats up. I'm going to let that pan heat up till it probably starts smoking. So I'm going to turn the vent on. Keep working that ball of dough there. I mean, it's ready. You can see how clean that bowl is. Once I get the ball of dough out of here, you can see how clean that bowl is. I mean, there's nothing left in there. We have a ball of dough. So the first thing we do is we get a little tiny piece of dough, roll it up into a little circle, get some flour on this cutting board here, and then you get your little roller. And the secret, people always ask, how do I make my tortillas round? The secret is you don't turn them halfway, you just turn them a quarter of the way. You spread that out like that. You go the other way on it. Sometimes it sticks to the rolling pin. And tortillas don't need to be exactly round, you know. So what I've done is I've made me a little tortilla here. It's not perfect, but they don't need to be. Just keep rolling them until they get to where. Now, see how my pan is smoking here a little bit? Now I'm going to turn it down to halfway. Okay? And I'm going to give it a second to cool off. Let me grab a paper plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little tortilla, I'm going to throw it up on the pan, and then while that's on there cooking, I'm going to make me another one. I'm going to throw it out here, start rolling it, keep my eye on that. Got me a little spatula right here. When that thing cooks a little bit, I'm going to turn it over. Keep working on this one. Got me another little tortilla right here. Throw it on the pan. Get me a little ball off there. Roll it up. Stick it on the pan. On the cutting board. And throw a little flour up on there. Keep it from sticking. Once you've got that tortilla cast iron pan turned back down to halfway, it's perfect for cooking these tortillas. Put another one on, grab a little ball of dough, go over it with a rolling pin, turn it a quarter of the way, I know my buddies who don't live here in Arizona anymore are wishing they could go to Algodones and get some tacos with these awesome little flour tortillas. So that's pretty much what you do until this whole entire batch of dough is gone. As you're rolling out these tortillas, you got to keep your eye on the one that's on the stove over there. If they don't cook all the way, it's okay, because when you get them out to eat tacos, you're going to cook them again. This is just to make them into a tortilla. You can even make bigger tortillas the same way if you want to make flour tortillas. You just make them bigger. In fact, I think I'll roll this one out to be a very big flour tortilla, like for a burrito or something. Okay, so this one is a little bigger. Made me another big one. Here. I think I'm going to just keep making big ones to get to the end of this video. Make sure you use a lot of flour when you're rolling these out so they don't stick. And a lot of times people are like so concerned about how they get their tortillas round. They don't have to be round. But if you ask me, that's a pretty round tortilla right there. So what I'm going to do after I get done cooking these tortillas is I'm going to butter up a couple of them and I'm going to eat them with my chili that I made, and it's going to be delicious. Here's all the tortillas that I've already made right here. Taco size flour tortillas. Delicious. So easy to do. Flour, lard, salt, a little bit of baking powder, and warm water. Enjoy your meals and have fun.